Welcome back to Master Your Mindset Podcast, episode 231.
In this episode, we're going to talk about a concept called internal interference. Let's go. Tanner, I played in Hoop Fest a few weeks ago, 3-on-3 basketball tournament. It's a great place for me to test my theories as a mental performance coach in terms of like breathing, how to visualize, self-talk, identity, process over outcome, responding to adversity, challenge, change. How do you construct a mindset, an internal game plan to elevate your execution? I got to put myself in a live competitive environment to test my mental skills. Does what I teach work? And I'm the test subject. And an equation came to me after that experience. We lost in the championship game. We played 8 games, played in a really good bracket, really good team, some good athletes. And I noticed a difference in my performance coming down to one factor: internal interference. Internal interference is the concept of boats don't sink from water outside the boat. Boats sink when water gets inside. Are you letting outside noise, things you can't control, occupy your mind that's creating noise or distraction or filling your brain with worry? What could go wrong? Tanner, think about when you used to golf. I'm playing against this matchup with this guy in this round. What are they thinking? What's my score? I post a score. How's that going to affect my handicap? Oh, my parents are watching each swing. This girl I'm trying to holler at is watching this. Or a dude I lost to, this last time. If I win or lose, it's going to happen. You're occupying your brain with things that are sabotaging your ability to execute. So the equation that I kind of came up with is this. If you're taking notes at the Master Your Mindset Podcast, we call this a mind gym. We don't just sing, we ink it. This is not for motivation. This is for transformation. I think understanding what drives performance helps us understand ourselves to help us, to get better. So here's the equation, T-Money. For taking notes, write this down. T plus S minus I squared equals E. So T is talent. Everybody has a given talent. Big, strong, tall, fast. Maybe your talent is you're naturally charismatic. You have a way to connect with people, or you're naturally gifted in certain areas. Think of talent as your naturally given strengths. S is your skill, and skill is developed with practice. What are you doing to elevate your talent? Well, you're putting in practice. You're developing your skill by putting in hours, by getting reps. T plus S, talent plus skill. Talent is given, skill is earned. Minus I squared is internal interference. So you can probably wager, T-Money, the higher the talent, natural talent, maybe the less skill, less practice you have to develop. The lower the talent, the more higher the S, you have to practice more. But the separator is how low is your internal interference, or how high is it? If it's high internal interference, it's sabotaging your talent, it's sabotaging your skill and practice. If it's low, then you get to let your talent and your skill show themselves, to reveal themselves in the moment. But how many times, T-Money, has your brain sabotaged your body when you knew what to do, but for whatever reason, the moment got too big and you weren't present, and you self-sabotage your execution because you weren't present. You were worried, you were stressed, you were anxious. You had high internal interference, which lowered the E, which is your execution. Are you tracking this equation? T plus S minus I squared equals E. Talent plus skill minus internal interference equals your execution probability. So the take home, fam, with this mental workout is, how high or low is your internal interference? How many times, T-Money, have you practiced, but because you weren't in the right mental state, your mind sabotaged all that work you did to prepare for that moment? So just practicing your crafts is enough. We need some mental skills, some mental emotional tools of self-talk and how to visualize and identity. So I guess this episode is around awareness. Awareness precedes behavior change. What is creating internal interference for you right now? What is occupying your mind, that is occupying space unproductively, that's getting in the way, that's blocking your ability to see clear, to see confidently, to be able to perform and execute? That 5-foot birdie putt is the same 5-foot birdie putt at your home course. Why are you making it bigger? That presentation, you've given the presentation like that a million times just because this person walks in the room, or because you finally got to this one client. Why are you changing your ability to execute because who's in the room? You're occupying your mind with unproductive things. Let's work on lowering that internal interference. In the next episode, I'll give you some tools how to do that. But for right now, it starts with awareness. How loud is your internal interference? What do you need to quiet? What do you need? What storm do you need to calm? Let's start with that. If we can lower internal interference, our execution will elevate. T Money, the body has limits.
But the mind is limitless.